Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Chevy Silverado Custom. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Lurch Miller Chevy here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see it's raised there in the center, and I really like this metallic gray paint. And then popping down below, we have the more baseline headlights, and then notice how the grille is dark in coloration, including the Chevy bow tie. We do have tow hooks here at the bottom. And putting it all together, let me know you guys think about the looks here with the Custom. Now, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 60, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels completely blacked out to kind of go with the sporty theme of the Custom. But something that's kind of funny is despite the grille and the wheels being blacked out, the Silverado badge here on the side is still chrome. But I will say, I do like these all-terrain tires. And then in the back, we do have leaf springs. And then here's your full side view with the Silverado. It has a pretty even stance front to rear. It looks good. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, remote start, tailgate drop down, and then the Chevy bow tie in the back. And popping into the bed, you guys can see the tailgate slow lowering down. Protection here on the tailgate. We also have protection for the bed as well. And this has LED bed lights, and it has an outlet here in the bed as well. And then with the bed itself, it's super light. So we've got our more baseline taillights, and you guys can see all of the decals and badges here on the back. And then we got the bumper steps as well. And putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the looks here with the Silverado Custom. Now, taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see a little bit more basic with the material use, but with the coloration and with the, I guess, textures you have here, really easy to clean, and there's good storage down below. And then we've got the upgraded cloth seats, is what I'll call them. The reason why they're upgraded is this actually has the storage in the seat, which is pretty cool. And then there's storage underneath as well, and then a flat loading floor in front. Legroom back here is good. We also have a little storage pocket. We got some vents and some USB action as well. And then headroom, solid. Now the front door panel is just like the back with the material use. We've got all of our window controls. Front one is automatic. Mirror adjustments as well. And then there's a quick look at the mirrors. Notice you got a little convex mirror to help out with your blind spot. Payload capacity on this is 1,824 pounds. And then if we drop down below, towing capacity is 9,000. And then here are the seats themselves. Really cool looking. Power adjustments here on the side. You guys can see the parking brake here with our light control, got the cargo light. And then we've got our drive line select. This does have 4-wheel drive as well as 4-wheel auto and 2-wheel high. No 4-wheel low though. We do have our hill climb assist and then your tow haul mode. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, pretty basic with the material use. We do have cruise control, which is nice. Outside of that, there's no other controls on the steering wheel, which is pretty interesting. We got our stock there in the back, and then you can see the column shifter with the plus and minus, so you can shift the gears yourself. Now you guys can see mostly analog gauge cluster, and we got this little twisty dial to go through the different menus there in the center, which is interesting. Yes, it's more basic, but one last thing to break, right? Not a big digital screen. Pretty good resolution here with the backup camera. Got trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, we've got some analog controls here at the bottom. And it is still a touchscreen. Response time with the screen is actually really good. We do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with this, so it's solid. Down below, we've got our single zone climate controls. We've got lane departure here as well. You guys can see with the auto stop start, tailgate drop down, hazard lights, stability control, trailer brake controls, and then some charging port action. We actually have a full outlet, which is definitely nice. Bench seat configuration, so you got the little storage thing on top, got some cup holders, you got the seat itself, and then got more storage underneath on top of that. So pretty cool setup. And then we got the double glove box here on top of that. So good storage. And then we do have a manual mirror dimmer, and then that's fixed. There's a little bit of glare, but 2024 Custom, base MSRP is $49,300. 52,375 is the total MSRP on this. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and well, let us set off here in this custom Silverado. I just reviewed an LT that was like kind of like more affordable build, and also, sorry, I gotta adjust this a little bit. It was a more affordable build, and I was like, you know what, I should still do the custom, do a review on the custom. And I think this is good because this is supposed to be like the, you know, super affordable or more affordable Chevy Silverado. That person has a witch hat on. Welcome to Utah, folks. Anyways, but yeah, it's the more affordable Silverado, so I figured it'd be good to do a video on this. I will say the Turbo Max, right? It's got good torque. We're at higher elevation, and you definitely do benefit more with the turbocharged engine at this higher elevation. So I think that's always a plus. Seat comfort's pretty good. These seats, like I've said in the past, are a little bit on the firmer side, so it's just kind of something to understand. Of course I hit traffic. that is my luck. Yeah, it's just something to understand. Just like most Silverados, right, cabin feels nice and spacious. It's kind of just like a full-size pickup truck thing in general. And well, I guess we'll see how the Turbo Max performs in a second here. There we go. Yeah, it's got really good power. Again, the horsepower figure's not big, but the torque is, and you feel it. It's solid. It's a lot better than you would expect, given the fact that it's a 4-cylinder in a pickup truck, right? I think that's something that's important to mention. So to kind of sum things up here with this custom package, it's interesting. All the customs that I see ordered, they're never ordered in like base format. They always add some options, which makes sense, right? Because it seems like people nowadays, they really just don't want a base model truck, like true base model. Some people do, but not a lot. My thoughts on this is, you know, I think this comes with a lot of features for the price that makes sense, like the LED lights, the power out, like a lot of like that's practical, right, for truck stuff, rather than spending money into like luxury features. So it doesn't have dual zone climate, doesn't have heated seats, doesn't have that stuff. So I like the practical build part of it. But I will say, like, still, we live in a world where almost $53,000 gets you an entry-level truck nowadays. It used to be like $20,000 less roughly. So, and just a few years ago. So it's crazy to see these truck prices where they've gone. And it's not just a Chevy thing, right? It's every single truck maker. But let me know what you guys think about the custom, and let me know what you guys think about this compared to the LT that I reviewed the other day that was a little bit more expensive than this, but not a lot. Would you rather get that LT, or would you rather go for this custom, getting the cooler looks and everything? A little bit less tech, but yeah, let me know your thoughts.